So I think that oftentimes any of the high schools that we go in, students are freaking out about the personal statement, about the college essay. And the first thing I tell them is like, let's pause, let's breathe, and let's embrace this thing. Because this is the only time that we can hear your voice and get to know more about who you are and not what your counselor, your coach, your employer, your pastor is saying about you, but what you want us to know about you that isn't in the rest of the application. So when it comes to the topic of choice, that can vary. And again, I always tell students, what UMass Lowell does and how we evaluate the essay could be different from what Bazaar, from what Oberlin is looking for. So I always tell students, use the counselors, your admissions reps that are coming to your high schools to these fairs as a resource and ask them questions about, hey, what are your expectations in regards to the essay? When you're going through the application for them, look and see if there are additional questions that target that questions about why this institution or why this academic program, because if that's the case you can utilize that space to talk about your academic major and kind of just focus on you and what are your passions, what are your interests. There's so much that we can take away from the college essay because we truly get to try and somewhat envision what are your values, what are your interests, what is your why, right? And why are you sharing this, and why is this meaningful to you or so important that you're taking this space to share it with us. I always tell students, be mindful of who your reader is and how you're sharing your story, your narrative, the style, the tone, the topic of choice. Even that in and of itself, excuse me, says something about you.